Alright, so I just gave this a quick mow, more stripes. Yeah, it needs a water. I've been holding off because I really wanted to mow, but it's scalping a fair bit, and because of that it's losing colour. So there's two things I can probably do, and that's lower the height of cut down to say 15, scalp it, then lift it up to 17 or something, and then start mowing again regularly, and I should be able to get the colour back. Because I had been mowing it with the rotary and it wasn't getting fed enough, I think a fair bit of thatch started to build up. I've got the scarifier which I could run over it, and I could set that to just sort of nick the soil a little bit. I do have this other thing here which should do just as good job to try and pull some of that real light thatch out and just thin the canopy out a bit. So I picked up this 14-inch Scott Bonner one night. It's a Series 1 with a solid deck. It's a good little unit, but I was on eBay and I had a few beers and I bought this. This is probably 4 years ago, before the price went crazy, and I actually got this for $50. It didn't come with the grooming reel, I had to buy that. I think that came from Trident lawnmowers or Trident mowing supplies in Western Australia. Really cool little bit of kit there. Came with the shaft and bearings. I haven't used it a whole lot. I kind of just, because I scored this for $50, I thought I may as well do it. So I'll set this to just nick into the canopy a bit, and then yeah, then we'll go from there. Run it over north, south, east, west. See if that pulls a little bit of the thatch out. Then I'll mow it again and we'll see what happens. Sweet. And the search for the never-ending happy final product of lawn continues. Alrighty. Yo, that pulled out a fair bit. You're helping, mate. Hey, you're helping. Yeah. Good girl. Your turn. So yeah, bit came out. Probably could go even harder. It's actually quite tall. Yeah, see how we go. I'll just go over it, back and forth, up and down, get stuck into it, give it a mow, see if that helps. that's double groomed, I guess you call it. Yeah, the areas that were greener and had more fertilizer had way less thatch coming out of it, didn't they? Yeah. So the thicker, drier bits that looked a bit more dead, they had a heap come out. So I'm going to quickly rotary mow it all up. Then I'll measure the height of cut. Then I'll measure the height of cut on the Scotty and work out what that is. Then I'll drop it a few mil, mow it, everything, couple of directions, then raise it back up, and I should be able to get some nice green leaf. Just because it's lost a bit of colour and it's scalping, so try and get rid of that. My biggest issue is that it's nowhere near level. I need to do more top dressing, but I just cannot be bothered, so see what happens. That's just literally dead grass that's sitting above the soil profile, just in the canopy. So yeah, pretty interesting. There's a lot there. Absolutely amazing. Now, I'd say most of that, like of course some's going to build up, but most of that's built up and developed because of the practices I've been using. You know, changing mowers all the time, changing the height of cut, letting it grow high, not putting enough fertilizer on it, then pumping heaps onto it and flooding it with water. So yeah, it's probably more than there would normally be. All right, let's quickly measure the height of cut on this thing. If you got one of these, just remember sometimes there's a bit of play in this front bushings. So, good girl, haven't you? Good boy. All right, we're finished. Let's go on. So yeah, when you're mowing, it will be pushing. Hello. All right. All right. All right. Come here. Good girl. All right. Right, so I'll go and measure that distance from the bottom of that button head to the surface. I actually made about 150 of these and sold them on Facebook. I think it was last year or the year before. So some of you might actually have bought one of these from me. So, but yeah, pretty handy little bit of kit. Literally just some 5mm flat bar with a hole, threaded, and then a nice button head screw with a wing nut. That is cutting at 16mm. So when I cut just before, 16mm. So let's lower this down to 14. Nah, let's lower it down to 13. Then I'll raise it back up to 15, and I'll do regular mowing from there. Alright, so that's going to take a fair bit off. It's going to scalp it back. It's going to scalp it back again. Yeah, alright, let's do that. Then bring it up, and we should be able to get some consistency in colour. Maybe, I don't know. Just got to keep drying. Alrighty, so that's what came off. Another wheelbarrow load. Just more. That's like a bit of. That's a bit of the dead leaf. That's a bit of the dead seed head, and then just some leaf because I actually lowered the cut. So that's cut at 13. Scalp City. Population, my house. Yeah. So then back up to say 15. A few charity mows. Regular mowing, and yeah, I reckon we'll have a bit more colour. It's screaming out for a water. I should have watered yesterday, but I didn't because I wanted to do this. I wanted it to be nice and dry. So yeah, pretty handy having those sorts of tools. So if you can find one, buy it cheap, buy the grooming reel, and yeah, comes in handy. The apron's standing out pretty good now. I'm loving that. yeah, I need to do the edges, but I'll do that next time before I mow it at 15. So cheers, thanks for watching. Get out there, get stuck into the lawn, go and waste some time out there. It's a beautiful day to be outside, and yeah, all the best. Cheers, we'll see you around, and yeah, keep watching. Catch you.